When it comes to luxury cars, Americans just do it best, and this CT5 proves that. I'll include a link to the Cadillac and Salt Lake's website in the description down below. If you have any questions, ask for Zaid. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Under the hood is a twin-turbo 3-liter V6. It goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 18 around town, 27 on the highway with power outputs being 335 horsepower and then 405 pound-feet of torque. I'm trying to hit 500,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it if you'd help out with that. Now the hood design with all of the lines, sharp and boxy looking. And then I love this new headlight design with the daytime running light. That also looks really sharp, and then really nice trim on the grille. And I like how the center section is darker. Altogether, this looks a little bit more futuristic, but it still looks luxurious and distinctly Cadillac. Our tire wheel setup is 255 by 35 by 20. You've got silver on the top with the metallic gray in the center section. Of course, your silver Cadillac badge on the side. And speaking of silver, look at the window trim and then also on the door handles. And then here's your side profile. This is where you can see it's a pretty big car. When it comes to key fob features, we got the Cadillac logo there on the back. On the front face, we have our lock and unlock function, remote start. You got the opening for the trunk as well. Now this is a larger size sedan, so you've got a decent amount of trunk space, but it is still limited by the fact that it's a sedan, not a hatch, so take that as you will. I do like how we have a little handle to close that. No spoiler or anything, but we do have cool looking taillights and again more chrome badging, including your all-wheel drive badge. That will cap things off for the exterior of the CT5. Let's now check out the interior. Also electronic door handles, that's kind of funky. This is kind of an old man spec with the brown wood and the tan leather, but I dig it. I'm an old man at heart. And look at these seats, they're perforated all down the center. Really nice trim in general. Not a crazy amount of room back here, but I do technically fit. We also have some vents here, USB port, 12 volt too. Back passengers also get their own sunroof, and yes, the front has their own sunroof too. And look at that view to the front, pretty cool looking cockpit. When it comes to headroom, yeah, there's not really a lot. Keyless entry for up front, and let's pop in. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors, and you got that same two-tone appearance on the door also. This has memory seats, the button is right there. Nice trim here on the front seat, perforated all down the center. It's power adjustable with lumbar support. The passenger seat's also power adjustable with lumbar support, and it looks like both seats actually have massage too. That's fancy. Let's start her up. Hear that V6 roar. Nice trim all around the steering wheel. You can see that little bar at the top. Super Cruise, baby. And here are those controls for the Super Cruise. You also have your voice command controls on that side. Volume controls for the center stack down the other side. And I like these little paddles in the back. Full digital gauge cluster here in the center. Change the information that's displayed. It doesn't do a lot with the drive modes, I'm noticing. It shows you there at the bottom with a little indication, but it doesn't do too much. 360 camera system, pretty good resolution in normal GM fashion. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, it is quick to respond. The camera doesn't want to focus. There is a bit of glare, so that does cause some issues. It does have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. And look, more old man trim. I like it. Dual zone climate with this. We also have heated and ventilated seats, physical buttons for all of that. And you have some more physical controls at the bottom for like your parking assist, for example, 360 camera shortcut. Phone charging pad. Then we've got some cup holders behind that. If that wasn't enough, you've got your drive mode select, auto stop start, auto hold, and stability control in this area too. Got the shifter, and then this is the control for the infotainment system, little radio control, volume control up front. But yeah, if you don't want to use the touchscreen, you can use this physical dial. And this leads us to the center console, which pretty good storage space and USBs and a 12 volt. Got a nice trim on the top, and then we do have a camera rear view mirror. CT5 Premium Luxury, $62,015. Let's see how the CT5 performs. Let's see how the CT5 performs. Reviewed the V the other week. We got the regular CT5 here. They do make a 4-cylinder version. I'll try to get you guys a review, but it's kind of lame. Let's be real here. You want to get at least the V6. And I mean, it's not that expensive of an upgrade if I remember right. Yeah, 3,500 bucks ain't dirt cheap, but it's worth it. It's worth every penny. You guys will see in a moment. And then I'm excited for the Blackwing. That'll be a great one. Now yeah, let's turn on that massage seat function. Oh yeah. We are living in the lap of luxury. Now I do think that Cadillac is a very interesting brand with where it's at right now, because, you know, usually you associate, you know, folks of a more experienced age with Cadillac. And yet, you can tell they're trying to appeal to a younger demographic by adding a giant screen across the dash and tons of tech. Now, it's not like older folks don't use any tech, but, you know, they're usually a little bit less tech heavy, depending. I will say, I'm surprised. I've got baby boomer parents. They use more tech than me as a Gen Z, which does surprise me from time to time. I'm like your life is saturated with more technology than than my life is, and I grew up with this stuff. But that's a topic for another day. That's very interesting. But yeah, I do find the mix of this to be quite interesting. But I will say, at least with the giant screen, they've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can just hook your phone up and just live your life that way. That's kind of the best way to do it. Now, this V6 has torque. It is rock solid. It's got a good punch right off the bat. And it's just smooth. The transmission, again, that 10-speed, when you put everything together, it's nice. I do like this wood trim, actually. Man, Cadillac, you guys are doing a pretty good job with some of your stuff, especially considering the price point. I mean, this feels like a more, I don't know, kind of bespoke special thing compared to BMW and Audi and Mercedes at this price point. Yeah, that V6 has got good power. Yeah, I do think the Cadillac's kind of underrated. I do think it's going to change, though, because, well, YouTube reviews, people kind of see things more so than they used to, and so they're able to kind of find out everything about a car that, you know, wasn't readily available before. Now, one thing I will knock Cadillac for is, you know, some of these engines can have some reliability quirks, but at the same time, the question I always ask with luxury buyers that care about reliability, like, are you actually keeping your car long enough for it to matter? Like, I get it if, like, a car breaks down all the time, that's annoying. But it's like, if it's one of those situations where, like, oh yeah, that engine's gonna be fine until like 100,000 miles, are you really gonna keep that car past 100,000 miles? Or are you gonna lease another one, right? Because most people that get luxury cars, they lease them. So, it's kind of my 2 cents on that. I do like how this drives. It's quite nice. Let's get an acceleration here. Let's hear this V8. Wow. This is why you get the V8. This is why you get the V6. Man, you know what? It's 100 degrees outside. You gotta forgive me. My brain's not all there right now. But yeah, this V6 is great. It is smooth. It's got good power. I like this engine. Again, the 4-cylinder is just, why? Why would you do that to yourself? $3,500. If you don't get the V6, that'll be your biggest regret, is not spending the extra $3,500 for the V6. So, let me know what you guys think about the CT5. I think this is a really cool setup. It's got good power. It's got a nice interior, nice luxury features. It drives well. There really is a lot to love about this car. And again, this is similar in price to a BMW 3 Series, and this is a bigger car, so Cadillac just offers more car for the money for the time being. But let me know your thoughts.